Welcome to this very special edition of the KAJ Masterclass Live, the show which ensures that you profit from your time spent here with experts, either through the industry insights, information, or simply learning from them. And today we have Penelope. She is a mentor, transformational coach, author, and speaker, and she's joining us live from Cyprus. Welcome to the show, Penelope.
Hello, Ajay, and thank you so much for having me in your show. I'm so happy to be here.
You are welcome to the show. You are welcome to India in this online form. And I'm sure not just in India, but a lot of people across the globe will benefit from what we are going to talk right now. We'll be talking about the art of saying no. We'll be learning the art of saying no from you. But first, to understand about these things, Penelope, is to understand about you. Who is Penelope and what exactly is her journey till this point to becoming a mentor, transformational coach, author, and speaker?
Oh, I had a long journey, Ajay, but I will cut it short. I started my career in corporate. I worked in corporate for 20 years. I felt during those years I've learned so much. I excelled in my career, but it came with a cost. The cost of neglecting myself. At a point, I got sick. As we know, if you don't guard yourself, you live in a very intense competitive environment, and you can become the yes person all the time. And I think it fits perfectly with our subject today. So after the crisis in 2013 in Cyprus, where the bank I used to work collapsed, and even though I had my position, my benefits, everything, I decided that it was a time for me to move on. And I was always into personal development. I always studied, invested in myself. So I embarked on this journey of personal development, and I concentrate on helping people believe in themselves. I help people start setting boundaries to achieve their dreams. But to do all this, they need to work on their mindset. So the biggest transformation comes from our mindsets. And I work with my clients on doing just that. 80% of everything we want to achieve is mindset, and 20% is action. And this is what I do. I wrote my first book in 2013. I'm currently working on gathering information for my second book. I am a speaker, I am a trainer, but basically, I love to work with people. I love to help them transform their lives. This is my introduction. I'm also a mother of two teenagers. That's a whole another subject to talk on, and a wife. And I really love my life right now.
Wonderful, wonderful. You love your life right now, and you are helping a lot of women achieve their full potential personally and professionally. So, why focus
Mhm.
on just empowering women as and as a career on women's transformational coach? Why so much focus on women? Why not other aspects? Not that it is wrong, but I just want to understand your mindset on this.
Yeah. I love men. I have nothing against men.
Right.
Let me put this first. um, what I found out because of my course during the 20 years in corporate and my culture, I've realized that as women, we come with these belief systems that we should try double hard to excel. We should try very, very hard to prove ourselves that we are worthy, that we can do the things that we want to do. We have this belief that we need to sacrifice ourselves for others, that we shouldn't take care of ourselves, that is selfish to look after yourself so you can help others do the same. And many of us, we love our careers, but we believe that we have to sacrifice ourselves to have the career, or we need to sacrifice our career because we want the family. And that's why I help women and I concentrate on women, because my message is actually you can have both. You can do both if you change the way you are thinking about it and the way you are doing things. That's why I am more with women.
Absolutely. Now, coming to the topic itself, the art of saying no. Do you think women find it more difficult to say no, or is it men who find more difficult to say no? Help us understand this part if you can.
I think women, and it's proven actually, as women, we find it harder to say no. It goes back to what I just said, because we believe that if we say no, two things might happen. The other person might think, oh, she doesn't know. That's why she's telling me no. That's the one thing. So immediately we try to prove that we are good enough, that we know, that we are capable. And the other reason is we are people pleasers. Many women are people pleasers. So we don't say no, even if it's at our expense, at the expense of our health. It's always, yeah, sure, of course. I don't know, Ajay. Have you ever asked a woman something before you finish? Before you finish, she will say yes. Is that tendency of, yes, the yes is on the tip of our tongue. But first, we need to slow down, process the request, think of what else is happening in our life first, and then give our answer. So, to your question, I will say the yes now. Yes, we are the yes women more than men.
Right. But let's look at two aspects here. One is the home front, personal front, where people, especially women, say yes because they care for you. That's the trait in them, godly trait
Mhm.
in them. The other is the at office culture there. How does it work? Means, do they say no as often? I've seen now, a lot of people, women standing up to themselves, no, and saying no very comfortably for whatever reasons. Either they are too busy. Also, if they are saying no in uh, many aspects, then at the same time, this whole concept of women empowerment, feminism also in a way, some way, that we should stand by more ourselves. I want to understand how should we one look at it? How should women themselves look at it? Is this whole concept of saying no?
Yeah. First of all, I'm not saying say no to everything, you know, when you know your priorities. And I will bring myself now as an example. I am running my own business. I am having two teenagers. I am also tending my household. I have my circle of friends. We are called to wear many hats during the day. And I'm not saying men don't, but since we are concentrating more on women, let me touch the subject of women right now. So, the first thing we need to understand is what are our priorities? What are our priorities? And what I am asking my clients to do is also, okay, tell me your priorities. On that priority list, where are you? And if they are not on that list, they need to add themselves on that list, which means we go and we examine all those priorities. Are they the priorities that you want to have based on based on what you are creating, based on your goals, based on your position? Or are these priorities are things that you think you should have on that list? There's a big difference here of what we want for everyone, men and women, of what we want and what we think we must do. There's the difference. There's the difference. And exactly at that point is where we need to distinguish things, clarify things, and decide what will we keep, what will delegate, and what we have to let go.
Right, right, Penelope. So, how is it that women can start looking at, saying more no? How is it that you tell them to do this? Because the mindset, is it so easy to change all of a sudden? So, what are the ways they should look at this whole saying no thing? This whole concept of saying no, but actually, it's about saying more yes to yourself. How would
Mm,
you like to tell them about this?
yeah. So my method, and I've created a method around this. I divide my day in morning and evening. Most of us work. And even if we don't have work in the sense of work, if we're attending our house, if we are um, looking after our family, that's also a full-time job. We don't have to discard this for no reason. Motherhood, fatherhood, parenthood in general is a full-time job and one of the hardest jobs on the planet, I might say. Um, so to look after ourselves, saying yes to ourselves, first we need to understand that we are the core of everything around us. To be a good mother, it means I need to be okay. I need to be rested because I'm not a good mother when constantly say yes, 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 yes to everybody and I snap at my kids when they need my attention because I'm so tired. I'm not a good employee, an employer, leader when I don't put boundaries and I don't delegate and I don't educate and I don't give my team the chance to do the work that I want them to do and lead them, inspire them. I don't want to be a manager. I want to be a leader. So how do I become a leader? And when I am not a leader, it means that I am on top of them all the time because I don't trust them. And when you don't trust your team, it comes back and bites you at the end. You need to trust your people. So if I am stressed, I'm not a good leader. So I need to create boundaries. I need to learn to delegate. If I don't delegate, why? Why I have these trust issues is something that has to do with me again. So again, I have to work myself because I am the center. I am the foundation. In my relationship with my partner, how do I show up? Am I showing up as an always tired partner, angry, distant, closed off, keep away? Or by taking 30 minutes a day, 1 hour a day for myself, and that means it can be a quick nap, I can go for a walk, I can go to the gym, I can do something for me because I know I need it. So again, I am the core of the relationship. And we need to take full responsibility for ourselves and not to expect the other people to make us happy, give us the space to rest, learn to think about us. We need to think about ourselves first. So, yes, this is what I do. It all comes to the way we are thinking about things. Because the minute that you think a certain way, then you act a certain way. So, if that thought is not an empowering thought, a thought that gives you the chance to pause and say, okay, I want to create this result. How am I going to act? How am I going to show up? Real transformation starts from us in every area of our life, even in business.
Well,
People think that sorry, Ajay, say,
no,
no,
no, no.
sorry,
Carry on, carry
I
on.
stopped.
No, no, no. You carry on. It was just a spontaneous sort of a
I was
thing.
going to
Nothing.
say that most of us believe, and we make this mistake, that if I improve my skills, if I work harder, if I put the extra hours, if I stay late, if I take home work at home, I will excel. No, you won't. What you have to do is to work on yourself, work on your mindset. And then once you have the mindset, you will know which skills to improve. You will know what you need to do. And that's not by killing yourself, overworking yourself, overwhelming yourself. And at the end, you will become burned out and you won't be of a help to anyone.
Wonderful, wonderful. Let's learn a bit from your book, Women, Motherhood, and Independence. So tell us about this book. Who is this book for? What is you have written in this book? How can people make, especially women, I guess, make the best use of this book?
Well, this book, it was my, let's just say, my first step towards what I do today. And I wanted to share through what I've been through at the corporate world as a new mother of two very young kids back in 2013. My son was 6, my daughter was just less than 3. There was this power struggle between the career woman I was and the motherhood. And back then, before then, I didn't know how to handle this because I was in a constant fight with myself. One minute I was excited to go back to work and improve my career, work on my career. The next minute I was feeling guilty because I wanted my career, because I had this thought in my head: good mothers don't work, good business women don't do this. All this conditioning that we have, all these myths that we believe. So this book is a book around these myths and how we can change it. It's the first step for people that they learn, they hear about personal development, they hear about mindset, they hear what they need to do, but they don't understand why. So these are the baby steps of that why, to understand that how you feel matters, where you are right now is important, and basically is just committing to change the things that you don't like and believe in yourself. That's the essence of the book. And it's an easy read, it's a small book.
Wonderful, wonderful. There is much to learn from you about all these things, Penelope. I want to understand then what is the best way people can, get the best out from you for themselves. How do they connect with you, either in terms of learning from you, in terms of you as a coach, and also in terms of your book and whatever else you are doing?
I have lots of free resources out there because I love to create value for people. So if they go to my website, they can enroll to a free webinar. If they go to penelopemagoulianiti.com/gift, they will get a free webinar from me. Also, I have a podcast called Unbound Ambitions that they can listen, additional to your incredible podcast. I also put out there lots of YouTube videos. I have great content on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. I'm very active on social media. But if they want to take a step further and talk to me in person privately, I want to offer a free connect call with me where I'm not gonna try to sell, that sell calls that many of us get. I will coach. I will help people understand where they are, what's happening in their life right now, get clearer on the now. So after that, they can decide, oh, now I understand how I feel. Now I understand why I act the way I act, or I react in a certain way. Now I know, now I am clear. So if they want to do that, they can book a call with me at penelopemagoulianiti.com/let's talk. And we can talk and I can help them.
Wonderful. With this, it's a wrap on this very special edition of the KAJ Masterclass Live. Thank you so much indeed for joining us.
Thank you. I really appreciate your invite. Thank you so much, Ajay.